Hey guys, it's Kurt from Team The Smart Blaze here, bringing you a deck profile. On the deck I will probably be running this short format here, and that's Inzektors. I think Inzektors are still really good. They have good matchups against a lot of the meta. Geargia especially, you can really make it difficult for them to get going. They're not so great against Dolce, but you do have side decking options against them that are pretty good. So all in all, I think the deck's really strong. Struggles a little bit with hands, but you know what doesn't. So let's get into the deck profile. First off, for the Inzektor engine, we run 3 Centipede. Centipede is really the consistency card of your deck. You can search out any card with the word Inzektor in its name, which is super useful because that's where all your best cards are. Next up, we play Free Ladybug. Use these to trigger your Inzektor's effects. You can use this to help you toolbox into higher level XYZs. Rank 5s and rank 4s are super easy. Rank 6s are possible, but a little more difficult. But there are some other cards that kind of help you with make rank 6s. But you don't need to go into rank 6s too often, so that's not a great concern. And one of the Inzektors, 1 Gigamantis for the OTK / it's always nice to have 2400 attack you can drop on board. 1 Hopper, just as another card that you can use to either trigger your Inzektor effects or just use his effect to equip. 1700 attack can make an Inzektor attack directly. It's pretty good. And the Brothers of Destruction, Inzektor Hornet and Inzektor Dragonfly, both at 1. If these cards ever came back to 2, instant top tier, but probably not going to happen in our lifetimes. Next up, 2 card D for draw power. This is more of a turbo build, so there are a lot of draw power cards. You want to get to your combo pieces as fast as possible. You run a good amount of protective back row, so leaving your field open isn't too disastrous, and it's just all in all a good card. And 1 Dark Arm Dragon, you run a good amount of darks, so it makes sense just to run the Dark Arm Dragon. You also have pretty good graveyard control, so dropping him isn't that hard. Drawing into him is really the only difficult part. That's 13 monsters, so next up is spells. Triple Upstart Goblin, again, this is a turbo build, so you want to get to your combo pieces as fast as possible. Upstart Goblin is a good card. Soul Charge makes it a little less free of an advantage, because you do give your opponent more life points if they choose to Soul Charge. But that's really not too big a concern, because as soon as you have your combo pieces, they can bring back as much crap as you want. You're just going to blow it all up with Hornet. Triple Power Duality, more consistency and draw power. Doesn't conflict too much. You'll usually use this to dig for a Centipede if you don't have one yet, and then go off next turn, or dig for a Dragonfly, or a Sword, or a Gigamantis, whatever piece you need for one of your OTKs. So that's why those are in there. The special summoning, again, doesn't really hurt too much. I've never really run into many situations where I've been like, oh man, wish I didn't play Duality. So next up, Triple MST. More back row removal. Hornet is good at removing back row, but sometimes you want to make sure you can get your summon off, which is where these 3 MST come in handy. I wouldn't run less than 3, but if you're feeling ballsy, you could run 2. I don't really know what else you'd rather play over it, but you know, it's there. 2 Inzektor Swords. A lot of Inzektor players are cutting this down to 1. I don't think that's advisable, just because you only need 1 for the OTK and it is searchable, but it's always nice to be able to drop another 800 attack onto something when you're pushing in for game. I don't know how many games I've won just by the skin of my teeth by equipping an Inzektor Sword to a Ladybug that already had Gigamantis attack attached to bring up to 3200 and just attacking over something. So, you know, I really think that you should keep this at 2 if you do decide to play the deck. I wouldn't cut it for 1. Next up, 1 of spells, Book of Moon. Just a very versatile card. I really wish this came back to 2, but Anyway, it's still a good card, and I wouldn't cut it necessarily. Heart of Clearwater, this is my personal tech card. I used to run this deck completely revolving, well, more or less revolving around this card and Insect Imitation. But this card's fantastic. If you don't know what it does, a monster with 1300 attack or less equipped with this card can't be destroyed. I don't know if it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So it's a really good card for that. Just making sure your Ladybug, or not your Ladybug, well maybe your Ladybug, but more often your Dragonfly survives a turn or two. Also, if a monster with over 1300 attack is equipped with this card, it's destroyed. So you can just play it straight off of the Centipede to get an extra search off. You can play it off of a Dragonfly that's equipped with Hornet to get the summon off. It really helps the deck. And I wish I could squeeze in one more just because it's that good a card in this deck. I would definitely recommend at least trying Heart of Clearwater in your build if you run Inzektors, because I really think it's a fantastic card and no one sees it coming. So that's why I run it. Foolish Burial, obviously you want to get your Hornet in your graveyard. Dark Hole, the last of the 3 power spells, so gotta hold on to that legacy. So those are the spells. Next up for traps, we run 3 Reckless Greed. Again, want to get to your combo pieces as fast as possible. And as soon as you have your pieces, you really don't need to draw. Like as soon as you have Centipede, you really don't need to draw anymore because you can just search out pretty much all the cards you need. So the cost of having to skip your next 2 draw phases isn't really that hefty. Sometimes though, you'll only have 1 Reckless Greed and you really need to dig for a combo piece, so you'll have to just resolve 1, which isn't too terrible, but it's not ideal. So there is some costs associated with the card, but it's not too bad. And you know, everyone's running 3 these days, so must be something good about it. 3 Threatening Roar. You could play Waboku. There's really no difference unless you're playing against Gladiator Beasts. I just prefer Threatening Roar because it's like, you know, you can't attack, but you have to be paying attention, more so if you're playing online, that you activate this as soon as they end their main phase, because if they declare attack and you flip this up, it's not like Waboku where your monster's safe. They can still attack, but they can't attack anymore that turn. So, but usually if you're playing in real life and you flip it up before they declare attack, they'll be like, okay, I know what you meant. But if you're playing this deck online, definitely pay attention to the timing of the activation on that, because it happens more often than I care to admit to me and to some other players, but I've made that mistake a few times, so I'm not paying attention. Two chains, because that's your best answer when you don't have Breakthrough Skill. This card helps out a lot of things. It's going to be key. This card and Breakthrough Skill, once I get my hands on some Breakthrough Skill, are going to be key to the Shaddoll matchup when Shaddolls come out. Because if you can stop their mid-rash, you know, and be able to pop their mid-rash because it negates their effects, Shaddolls really can't do too much to you. This isn't the best deck to run against Shaddolls, but I've been able to win a few games off them, mostly because of Fiendish Chain and Breakthrough Skill. 2 Call of the Haunteds. If I had Soul Charge, I would probably cut these for Soul Charge, just because Soul Charge is a little bit faster and more useful in some circumstances, but you can still conduct your battle phase with Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted isn't a bad card. It's actually pretty darn good, especially in this deck. You can XYZ for like a Leviathan something, and then detach your Dragonfly, get it back, and then get another summon off, or pop another card. So Call of the Haunted works well in this deck. In one of traps we have 1 Torrential Tribute, just an out to a lot of things, and 1 Solemn Warning because it's the best negation card still legal in the game. And that's the main deck. It's 40 cards exactly. Onto the extra deck. Pretty much exclusively XYZs. So, no synchros in this build. For rank 6s, we only play 2. We play Gauntlet Launcher and Photon Strike Bouncer, because I think that these are the two best rank 6 XYZs. Photon Strike Bouncer more so than Gauntlet Launcher, but they're both excellent cards. It's not often that you go for rank 6s, but you do have the ability to do so, and you never want to be caught in a situation where, oh, I can make a rank 6, that would really help me, but I don't have any in my extra deck. So I keep these two in here because they have the most utility. I very rarely go into either one. Sometimes if I want to seal my field a little bit, I'll go into Photon Strike Bouncer. But Gauntlet Launcher, usually you're better off just using Hornet. But I don't have anything else that I currently own that I'd rather play over Gauntlet Launcher in the extra deck. So that's why it's in there. Or maybe if I had another one of these, I'd cut the Gauntlet Launcher. Inzektor Exostag. This is the real boss monster of Inzektors. Inzektor Exobeetle, yeah, it's a nice card and it's good in a lot of other stuff, but Exostag is like, he's like 101 basically. I don't feel the need to run 101 because I have Exostag. I can take a monster from your side of the field. It doesn't even have to be in attack position or face up, I don't think. I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't want to waste time reading the card, but or I can take it from your graveyard. If you equip him with Gigamantis, his original attack becomes 2400, and you can just boost him up to a ridiculous amount of attacks. He's equipable with your Inzektor Sword. He can become, I've gotten him up to in-game 6400 before, 6450 I think it was. And your opponent's just like, come on man, Inzektors, you're supposed to chip away at smaller stuff. Volcasaurus, really good card. I don't have Gaia Charger, so it's not as good, but you can still attack with Volcasaurus, just not directly after using his effect. I use it to blow up some big monsters that kind of fret my field. Like, I make him a lot playing against E-Dragons. I'll blow up the blaster and then be like, haha, eat that 2800. Tyrus, because Tyrus is just an amazing card in terms of insurance that he's not going to go away easily. Probably one of if not the best rank 5s ever made. Shark Fortress, really useful in this deck for OTK purposes. I can't stress how important this card is. He enables so many more OTKs where previously there weren't any available to you. So I feel like Shark Fortress is, and it's not only he who has to attack twice. Like I said, if you had a Ladybug that you bumped up to 3200 and you made this, you could enable your Ladybug to attack twice. 2400 attack is also a really excellent number. So Shark Fortress is, I would say, a must run in this deck. Enables some other nifty 3-card OTKs that you might not know about. So Geiger Cowboy and Maestroke and Photon Pappy are my rank 4s of choice. I would probably run Black Ship of Corn over Papal Operative as soon as I get one. I know they're not hard to get, I just haven't had a desire to go out and pay for one yet, because I don't go into rank 4s often, and these have been sufficient for my needs. Rank 3s, this is the meaty Tempo to deal with 101. Giga Brilliant just to make your stuff that much bigger. Leviair to get back a Dragonfly that got banished for some reason. Zenmaines because you can sit on him. And Leviathan Dragon because he's big. You could run Fortune Tune over Zenmaines. I don't know that I have so much good history with this card, I'd have a hard time cutting it, even though Fortune Tune's kind of a bit better. I prefer to be able to gain a +1 off my effect rather than do it. And Fortune Tune's not the best in Inzektors because one of the main draws of Fortune Tune is that you could add like your tour guides back to the deck when you make them in other decks. But you're probably not going to, you don't run tour guides in this deck, so you're probably going to use Inzektors that you'd rather have in the graveyard to make him. So that's that's why I don't particularly like Fortune Tune in this deck. Giga Brilliant, would probably the one I'd cut if I had a Ghost Trick Alucard. Definitely Ghost Trick Alucard is a fantastic card to run in this deck. And the one rank 2, for the rare instance that you have 2 Ladybugs on the field, is Digesto Phoenix, because he is the best rank 2. So that's the extra deck, 15 cards, 40 card main deck. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If this video gets about, let's say, 20 likes, I'll definitely do a combo video with some of the more unique and obscure combos in this deck. Please subscribe if you're interested in seeing that or seeing other videos of this nature. And have a great day. I'll see you guys later.